Morning, everyone. My name is Chinna Rinchen, and today I, along with my team members, are going to present a PPT on ranking world tourist destination with the composite indicator of competitiveness. Name of my team members are given here. So this is the content of our PPT. I will be covering the introductory part of this presentation. Composite indicators will be covered by Dimpy and Putung. Pooja will cover the results for competitiveness from TNDCI, strategic group mapping by Hasna, other determinants by Taram, and last but not the least, conclusion by Dr. So, what is competitiveness of a tourist destination? But before that, let me tell you the definition of competitiveness. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, competitiveness is the ability of a business, a country, or a person to compete successfully. In more precise and in context of tourism sector, we can say competitiveness is usually understood in relative terms and is related to position that a certain destination holds within the world tourism market. Now, with this explanation, you will better understand the definition of competitiveness of a tourist destination, which is proposed by Ritchie and Crouch in the year 2003. But let me tell you that this is not the only definition out there. You will probably find hundreds of definitions, but this definition by Ritchie and Crouch is widely accepted definition within the scientific community. Now let's go through the definition which I have written here. Competitiveness of a tourist destination is the ability to increase expenditure to increasingly attract visitors while providing them with satisfying, memorable experience and to do so in a profitable way while enhancing the well-being of destination residents and preserving the natural capital of the destination for future generations. Many studies in this field have tried to quantify the competitiveness of international tourist destinations using information from surveys or data sourced from official statistics. But the most noteworthy contribution in this area is perhaps the Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Index. It is published by World Economic Forum or WEF in their Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Report. The first report was published in the year 2007. Now, their aim is to evaluate the factors and policies that make a destination attractive for international tourism, and they rank them based on their performance. The index includes 90 raw indicators which capture different dimensions of competitiveness like political, socio-economic, structural, environmental, and cultural factors, among others. These indicators are grouped into 14 pillars, which in turn make up four sub-indices. Now, I would like to request Ms. Timpy to explain and elaborate these pillars and sub-indexes in more detail. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy. I'm going to tell about the competitiveness index, which is used for the ranking of world tourist destinations. There are basically 90 row indicators, which comprises of 14 pillars, which is further grouped into four sub-indexes. These normalized row indicators are used to rank world tourist destinations. So here are, as you can see in the chart, there are four sub-indexes. First one is enabling environment. Second is travel and tourism policy and enabling conditions. Third is infrastructure, and fourth is natural and cultural resources. So first, let's see the first sub-indexes, that is enabling environment, and every sub-indexes has its own numbers of pillars. Next slide. So the first sub-indexes we're going to talk about is enabling environment. So basically, this captures the general settings necessary for operating in a country. Using secondary statistical data, it ranks the governance, socio-cultural, and socio-economic environment for civil society. So first pillar of this sub-indexes is business environment. This pillar captures the extent to which a country has in place a conducive policy environment for companies. The second pillar is safety and security. This pillar measures the extent to which a country exposes tourists and businesses to security risks, mainly related to serious harm to people like violence and tourism. The third pillar is health and hygiene, which is very essential for the tourist and travel competitiveness, like easy access to improved drinking water and sanitations for the comfort and health of travelers. And in the case that tourists do become ill, the country's health sector must be able to ensure they are properly cared. The fourth pillar is human resources and labor market. The components of these pillars measures how well countries develop skills through educations and training and enhance the best allocations of those skills through an efficient labor market. The fifth pillar is ICT readiness, which is information and communications technology readiness. This pillars measures how developed is the ICT infrastructures in a country, as well as how extensively it is used by individuals and businesses in the country. The second sub-index is travel and tourism policy and enabling conditions, which will be explained by Taku Gutung.
Thank you, Mr. MP. I'm going to explain our sub-index B, travel and tourism policy and enabling condition. The pillar 6 is prioritization of travel and tourism. This pillar measures an extent of which the government is actively promotes or helping for development of the TT sector. It mostly focuses on the government primarily helping on a TT sector for more improvement. And next is pillar 7 is international openness. This pillar measures is how the country is open for the people for travel and services. And it in an open country is also attracts more the travelers from other foreign countries. And the pillar 8 is price competitiveness. The lower the cost related to travel in a country is increase in attractiveness of more travelers. Uh, the less the money is, the more attraction it causes. For like example of like airport ticket taxes or airport charges. And pillar 9 is environmental sustainability. Uh, in this pillar, it mostly focuses on preserve a um, how to preserve a environment for our future purposes, and it mostly focuses on policies or factors to enhancing the environment and sustainability for it. And I will be telling about next sub index C, infrastructure. It mostly captures the ability and quality of physical infrastructure for each economy. The first one is physical pillar 10, airport transport infrastructure. The air connectivity is the most essential for traveling. It is the access from country to countries for traveling purposes. And it also comes into operating airlines like its quality of transport infrastructure or domestic or international flights. And the pillar 11 is ground and port infrastructure. In this, it focuses on accessibility of transportation of tourists for tourist attraction. And for example, it mostly focuses on railroad networks and railway densities. And the pillar 12 is the tourist service infrastructure. It mainly focuses on sufficient and quality accommodation, resorts, or entertainment facilities. And for in this service part, it also concerns all car rentals or ATM. And the next is sub-index D, nature and cultural resources. It is the most principal reason for traveling for travelers to pillar number 13 is natural resources. We go to any specific country or places for mostly for we want to visit for natural world heritage site or a beauty of a landscape. And some of the factors We visit there to it's a richness of fauna and some specific animals. And the pillar 14 is cultural resources as business travel. It focuses on focuses on country cultural resources, and most of the travelers uh, go to their country to visit their cultures, and it also what is the UNESCO cultural world heritage sites like stadiums who can host a significant sports event or any entertainment events. Thank you. And next will be presented by Puja Kumari.
Thank you, Takubutum. Good morning, everyone. I will discuss about the results for competitiveness from the TNTCI DEA. DEA stands for Data Envelopment Analysis, and it is a technique used to calculate the set of weights that would rate each tourist destination in the most favorable position. Here, score 1 will be the highest or the best, and 0 will be the worst score. This table displays average scores and the 5 most and 5 least competitive tourist destinations according to our global TNTCI DEA indicator, as well as 4 composite indicators computed at the sub-index level. See, according to sub-index A, enabling environment, top 5 tourist destinations are Switzerland, Hong Kong, Japan, and Finland, and Norway. And the bottom 5 countries are Chad, Yemen, Congo DR, Burundi, and Mauritania. And in the same way, according to sub-index B, C, and D, top 5 and bottom 5 tourist destinations are scored. We can see that the highest score of competitiveness is 0.707 and corresponds to sub-index B, travel and tourism policy and enabling conditions. On the opposite, the lowest average competitiveness is found for sub-index D, natural and cultural resources, with score 0.347. And in the last row, according to our global TNTCI DEA, United States is the most competitive tourist destination worldwide and is followed by China and 3 European destinations, that is Spain, France, and Germany. These destinations enjoy good safety levels, health services, human resource, and technological readiness, among other factors. On the other hand, 5 worst tourist destinations according to our indicator are Yemen, Burundi, Chad, Congo DR, and Sierra Leone. Most of these countries are in Africa and are undeveloped. Their tourism industries represent a small share of their production structure, and they have limited cultural and natural heritage. And if you combine DEA with criteria decision making technique, then according to our World Economic Forum, top tourist destination will be Spain and the bottom destination will be Yemen. This was all about me. I request Hasna to proceed from here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pooja. Good evening, good morning to everyone. Today I will be discussing about the strategic group mapping of different countries according to the global competitiveness in tourism. To determine the strategic group, I have used the different indicators that are given by TTCI and compare the competitiveness of India and its 4 neighboring countries, that are China, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. Here, bubble chart has been used to show the comparison, and the comparison is made on the basis of the different competitive indicators. The first factor is enabling environment. Under these factors, 5 pillars are also included, that are business environment, safety, health and hygiene, human resource and labor market, and information technology. And it is represented by sub-index A in this table. And the second factor is travel and tourism policy. Under this also 4 more pillars are included and is represented by sub-index B in this given table. The next slide. In the horizontal axis, the sub-index A is plotted, and in the vertical axis, sub-index B is plotted. The size of the bubble is directly proportional to the rank of the country in the TTCI. Higher will be the rank of the country, bigger will be the size of the bubble. The score given to the sub-index A and sub-index B is in the range of 0 to 6. It is determined by the rank of each of the country that is given in the subindex A and subindex B. Suppose a country's rank is 1, then the country will be getting the score of 6. And if the country scores goes down, then respectively the score of the similar country will also goes down. After comparison of this country, we can determine that among all these 5 countries, business environment of Bangladesh is best, whereas Sri Lanka got the best travel and tourism policy. Now, if we talk about the competitiveness of the India along with this 4 country, we can see that India's business environment is poor as compared to the rest of their neighboring country, except for Pakistan, whereas India's travel and tourism policies are better than rest of the country. After comparing all the pillars and the subindex that are given by TTCI, India is ranked 40 among 136 different countries in the global competitiveness, whereas its neighboring country China is more competitive and it's ranked 15 among 136 different countries. So that's all from my side. Now I'll request Taram to continue further. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. I will be discussing about some other determinants which also affect tourism competitiveness. First one is the impact of political corruption. Corruption adversely affects the competitiveness in tourism industry. For example, misallocation of resources which were meant for the tourism. Corruption also makes it harder to conduct business and also to enter into the market. Therefore, the country should control the level of corruption. As lower the level of corruption will receive more tourists than countries with higher level of corruption. Next is globalization index. I hope everyone know about what is globalization. It is the process by which the world is becoming increasingly interdependent and interconnected. And globalization index aims to measure the rate of globalization in countries around the world, which help us to identify the country that has created more affordable, easier, and safety ways to travel. Government quality, on the other hand, affect tourism competitiveness in various ways, like how the government run their country, how they help their citizens, what policy they adopt, and also how they preserve their heritage and culture. Incredible India is one of the campaign which help us to understand how government of India like to promote their tourism. Last, we have a Human Development Index. Human Development Index is a tool to measure a country's overall achievement in its social and economic dimension. Having a long and healthy life, being knowledgeable, and having a decent standard of living. Tourism competitiveness is positively associated with HDI, with Human Development Index. For example, if there is more literacy rate, any tourist can visit a place and know the culture and history of the place more easily. Next, my friend Tasar will conclude our presentation.
Thank you, Likataram. I'm going to conclude this presentation. So, in this presentation, we calculated and weighted aggregate composite indicator of competitiveness of 136 international tourist destination with data from 2017 edition of Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Report produced by World Economic Forum. So, according to the NTCI DEA, the United States is found to be the most competitive tourist destination, followed by China, Spain, France, and Germany. All of these are mature destinations boasting good infrastructure as well as plenty of natural and cultural resources. Conversely, the least competitive destinations are mostly African developing economies and include Yemen, Burundi, Chad, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Sierra Leone. We also found that countries' level of development, the degree of international connection, the quality of democracy or stricter anti-corruption laws all boost to the competitiveness of international tourist destination. Determinants of competitiveness of tourist destination. Truncated regression and bootstrapping are used to explore the determinants of competitiveness of tourist destination. Regarding the main result, optimal weights reveal that the endowment of natural and cultural resources contribute to the most of our composite indicator of the competitiveness of tourist destination. Furthermore, there is room for future research focus on exploring the competitiveness of tourism destination with composite indicator. In this respect, it seems crucial to gain deeper understanding of variables determining tourist destination ability to attract international tourists and thus their competitiveness. Uh, there are also some criticism, although it has been recognized as useful tool for managing tourist destination. The TNTCI WEF has attracted fair amount of criticism. First criticism being difference between countries in terms of size and level of development are not accounted for in the construction of index. Likewise, the criterion for selecting raw indicator is questionable, as well as the problems that could arise as a result of combining quantitative and qualitative variables in such composite indicator. In addition to this criticism, there is also arbitrariness in determining the weights used in different aggregation processes involved in the calculation of TNTCI. That's it. Thank you. These are the references we took help from, and thank you. Now we are open for question if anybody has any questions.